Hi, my name is Bobby, for all of you that don't know. I'll be posting this on my Facebook and YouTube channels as well. I wanted to let you guys know about what I've actually been doing. I know some of you have probably seen me share a link to a website. Actually, the other night I built an entire website. My goal is to start a charity for veterans. Well, I mean for veterans. I know there's a lot of organizations out there, DAV, VFW, the VA, a lot of programs that are already going on to help veterans. Mine's more specifically going to be directly involved with housing for veterans. There's so many opportunities out there, so many avenues that can be made eco-friendly and cost-effective. With the legalization of medical marijuana in the world, that's going on all over the place, including Canada and multiple states in the United States. There is an excessive amount of what could possibly be used for housing, and what I mean by that is hemp. I watched a couple of YouTube videos and did some research on them being able to use hemp to build houses. Cost effective, they're strong, durable. I mean, it's more than enough out there to actually help house these veterans and to not leave them by themselves. I mean, the veteran suicide rate in America is absurd. Um, Now, I know there's a lot of people that don't really understand what veterans go through and what you have to live with, but as a combat veteran, as a person who's actually been in combat and been through multiple explosions and firefights and conflict, and just seeing how the world is, seeing how these people lived and the state of mind, and being away from your family, never knowing when you're going to survive, you don't really think about the repercussions that it causes on you for when you do come back and for living in this world and trying to be a part of society. And it doesn't always work out. I myself personally have experienced being homeless, not in the greatest position myself as it is. So I feel that it's about time we step in and take a direct effect to make an action that will actually impose housing and getting these people on their feet. I mean, cities like Austin or other cities, other major cities around the world, they are employing and housing their homeless people. Veterans and everybody all the same. But we need more outreach. There's a lot of little towns like Miami, Oklahoma, and Grove, and all these little towns in Oklahoma and all around the United States. They don't have that kind of outreach. Yes, they have a VFW or a American Legion, but how many homeless people do you know that have access to laptops or computers on a daily basis to be able to research this stuff or even know that these programs are out there? My goal is to start a charity and or government-funded program. I'd like it to be national and be supported by the United States government like the VA is, have representatives and build up to that. Of course, that's a work in progress throughout time, but I would like to be able to start this charity and spearhead a program to where we can employ thousands of people across the United States to go and find these veterans, to establish housing for these veterans, to be able to get these programs and the money and be able to get them on their feet and make them an active and productive member of society. A lot of veterans have problems holding jobs. I've had problems holding jobs in the past. I've done a lot of jobs, and I can tell you firsthand that it's hard. And I don't mean hard as in like, whatever. I've done manual labor my whole life. It's not the physically I'm worn down. I'm beat down a lot. So that takes a big toll on it. But outside of that, it's hard living in society in general, much less being able to work in job fields whatever you can find to survive. You have the responsibilities, you take the job, you do the job to provide for your family, but it doesn't always work out the same, especially when you have issues. When you come back from war, it changes you completely as a person. It causes problems. And a lot of them are undefined. I mean, we don't know why or how. That's how you react. Especially for us people that didn't want to get out of the military. So programs to help transition veterans back into the world of employment or at least stability. I mean, I don't think that civilians owe me anything for my service or what I've done. But I believe the United States government owes these veterans a lot more than what they have. I mean, you got sports players making millions of dollars a year. You got all these people. All this money is out there. but you have veterans that went and sacrificed their life, and I mean actual combat veterans. I'm not talking about somebody that may have flunked out of basic training, or somebody that went and set on a fob or a base and didn't do anything. I'm talking about people who actually seen and dealt with death and possibly dying every day, no matter what your combat MOS was. If you went outside the wire and exposed yourself to that, you came back with some issues. And is it too much to ask for these veterans? I mean, less than 1% of the United States population. Is it too much to ask for these veterans to actually get a house, to give them a home? I mean, they've earned at least that. They shouldn't have to struggle to work, a $10 an hour job to pay rent or pay an absurd mortgage on a house. I mean, when you can give them a decent, affordable home to live in and bring them into society, and also give them employment and jobs. I mean, this potential opportunity could give thousands of jobs across the United States to other veterans as well. To be able to go out and track these veterans down, do this as a process, and help build it up, and help our entire world identify that the veterans, for no matter what country or conflict in which they were involved in, deserve better treatment. I mean, yes, to the military we were expendable, we were exposable. But as a dad, as a person who has 2 children, as a person who has family, as a person who's done everything he can to try and deal with these repercussions from surviving, I think we're worth more than that. And I think there's a lot of potential and a lot of really good people out there that can use the help. And so I'm asking you guys, share my webpage. Technically, I'm not certified as a charity yet. There are some licensing issues that I have to go through. Not really issues, but funding. I have to pay for licensing in like 40 states. It's a huge process. And it's a lot of work. I'm looking into government grants and stuff, if anybody has information on that. Basically, what I need is information and attention. We got to get this out there and get it started. If you guys can help, I appreciate it. Most of you, I think like 4 people have shared my link. I know most of you don't really care because it doesn't directly involve you. But hey, when you become homeless at some point in time in your life, hit me up. I'll make sure and share your link. All right? You guys have a good day. Love you. America, bacon, and Deadpool. See you guys around.